Yo, it's April 16th, 2018. My birthday's tomorrow. Yay, who cares, right? Anyways, so the point of this quick vlog here is I've been working my butt off today, and it's non-revenue producing activity. It's kind of like a big shoulder weight on my shoulder, doing my corporate year end. I've also made a training manual, so I've invested a lot of time so to get these non-revenue producing activities off my plate, can give someone else a chance to do the work so they can grow their skill set, which frees me up to bring in more revenue generating activities into the company. Okay, so that's what I've been doing basically since 7 a.m. It's about 6:30 right now, so 11-hour day. It's all good. Listen to music, no big deal. Working from home, hanging out with my cat. So now what I'm doing here is I'm walking outside in the rain on the track, and I've been doing this the last couple months. It's really helping out my mental thought process. So one of the new things I'm on to for self-awareness is the difference between slow thinking and fast thinking, also known as System 1 or System 2, into your brain functionality. If you don't know what the crap I'm talking about, it's okay. But if you do know what I'm talking about, that's cool too. I'd like to hear what you have. What are your thoughts about slow talking and fast talking, System 1 and System 2? This falls under the brand bucket of mentalmartialarts.com, which we'll be working on this year. Anywho, so I'll get to the value, and before I tell you the value of this vlog, if you haven't seen any value so far, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and join some of my email lists as well, please. I'd really appreciate that. That's how I stay in business, and I'd like to get up to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Anywho, so what I found for taking a lap or walk out on the track here was for me to do 4 laps. Force myself to do 4 laps, and I'm just walking. And right now I can tell my type or my System 1, my fast thinking is in place. I feel like I'm walking fast, I'm talking fast right now, but then I can just stop, slow down, and then ask myself, there's no reason really to walk fast, right? Whether I walk fast or walk slow, time is really, relatively the same. So what this allows me to do is, actually what I'm doing out here is balancing my chi. So if you start blaming me for being a hippie and stuff like that, well, that's the label you put on me. But the chi is real, your energy is real, and I encourage you to improve your self-awareness. If you refer to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I've recently realized I'm in the self-actualization phase of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So maybe join the email list of mentalmartialarts.com, and I'll send out some information on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Pretty important, pretty useful stuff. Helps with your self-awareness. Anyways, so what I found was for me the perfect optimal number of laps for me to do is 4. And so as a professional mixed martial arts athlete, I've done the whole push yourself hard and push all that. Like I lived through that, like, for most of my life, hardcore training, punishment, all that kind of stuff, army, hockey, intensity. So, and that's cool, and you learn a lot from that. So there's 2 types of people that fall under this conversation: people that haven't done intense type training, and the people that have done intense type training. And in my experience, when you meet people who have done both and can do both, that's pretty impressive, and I think that's cool, being a well-rounded individual. I think that's important for the theory of everything as a human. So 4 laps around the track, and I find that because that balances my chi. And if you do 2 laps, you're like, okay, 2 laps, no big deal. But 2 laps, you're really just getting warmed up. And if you stop after 2 laps, for me in particular, it's really, I'm being kind of like a little bit of a wuss. I'm not really giving the exercise a chance to do what it's supposed to do. And then once it's the 3rd lap, I find I'm like, oh, this is boring. If I'm walking with someone or myself, and usually around the 3rd lap, the first 2 laps, you're going through a lot of thought processes like I'm doing right now, just random thinking, and there's no logical pattern, or there might be a way or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What I've learned is through, I guess, being a thought leader and, generating new conversations out into the world, is that you're going to go off on tangents, and that's okay. But what I've also learned was the longer you go off on a tangent, you'll actually come full circle to your original comment, which usually gives your brain some new ideas, such as opening up new neural pathways in your brain. And that leads to your mind growing, having that mental muscle. And for me, definitely my mental strength is what separates the strong from the weak, and the encourage, just having the courage to endure, mental endurance. So I've tested that, against the best of them, or with the best of them, I should say. So, so I find with when I come out here, because oftentimes why I decided to do this was I work in the house. So if you're an internet entrepreneur, you likely do as well. If you're a maverick or a baller, you probably get work at home and as well. And it's working at home is not, I never was like proud or bragged about it. It was just where I was at with my career. So I never really, some people say, oh, hey, there's conveniences. Yeah, but for me personally, I'd rather be somewhere contributing to the betterment of the organization, just being around people. I like being around people, teams, right? So if you want to go fast in business, we'll talk bags of money now. That's what I like talking about. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with others. And what does fast and far mean? Fast means like having a higher growth rate. Going far could include having a high growth rate, but actually going further. So instead of, say making $5,000 or $2,000 or $50,000 in a month in revenue, well, going further is like having 100,000, having 200,000, having 400,000 in a month in revenue. So that's cool. And then understanding both parts and where you're at along your journey, and understanding that your journey is a constant flux, so it's constantly in change. One of the things I often say is the only thing that is constant is change, also known as flux. So just coming up to the end of my 2nd lap here, and I kind of am rambling, and that's okay. But in my opinion, I've demonstrated quite a bit of value for this video. So, oh man, this is 9 minutes already. Crazy. So, yeah, I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to, I might put this on pause or just stop it and end the vlog right here. Because I'll have the next 2 laps for myself. I do want to thank everyone so far that's subscribed to my YouTube channel, and got some emails and some positive comments are starting to come in. It's pretty cool to see. And I just want to thank everyone at Talent Media for all the hard work everyone puts in, and it's great. We're all going to grow together and succeed together. The last thing I'm going to say is, I've been saying this for a while, really getting close to, we're not there yet, but we're start making professional level content, like scripted content with actual professional equipment, professional actors and directors. I'm not sure which approach it's going to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to go on the camera or not for my personal brand. I do like doing the martial arts of money though, and like say mentalmartialarts.com, stuff like that. But in terms of like making bags of money, being a good leader, the best leaders put the spotlight on other people. So while being in the spotlight is cool, I'm using Aries. We actually are in the Aries lunar phase right now, which is the beginning of new times. So this is the first moon phase of the astrological cycle. I don't have an astrology domain yet. I gotta buy one. So if you don't like astrology, just dismiss whatever I said then as non-valuable, which is kind of a mistake in my opinion, but who am I? So yeah, we'll see what the future has in store. So day by day, one thing I do, another, I guess, value I'll throw out there is the importance of having your emotional networks. What do I mean by that? Okay, so I'm going to drill down on that a bit. So there's family and friends, and I'm blessed there. I'm good there. I don't need any more friends. I'd love friends. That's great. But with my current agenda today, I'm all about practicality in business, aka bags of money. So I really need that agenda supported. I'm good on the friendship zone, and the friendship zone is going to continue to grow. Some friends have come and gone over the last, after the entire life. The friends are always going to come and go. All kinds of people are. So I believe in investing your time, not spending your time. Big difference in mentality. The next thing is I'll talk to the entrepreneur class of people in this comment. For me in particular, I see this with a lot of fighters in particular, like the lone fighter, like you're doing everything alone and introverted, working out at the gym alone. That's a certain type of person. And again, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with other people. So what do I mean about emotional network? Friends, family is the next one, or is the first thing. A lot of females actually they need a lot of female support. A lot of times, in my experience, so you got an angry wife or angry girlfriend or sad or whatever, some type of emotion that's holding them back from fulfilling the fifth level of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is self-actualization, is the lack of female support, female emotional support. One thing I've noticed for myself was I'm an emotional male. Okay, a little more emotional I find than other males, and that's okay. It's just who I am. So for me, I am unconditional love. One of my senseis, he's just my friend at this point, but we have probably the longest, tightest martial arts relationship that I have in my life, and very grateful for that relationship. Shout out to Mass Thai Boxing, Chris Q, yeah, holla. So he allowed me to realize unconditional love, and he's the same way. So when you're unconditional love, there's pros and cons to that. People will take advantage of you, they'll take your energy, or your energy will not be spent in the most optimal or effective way. And this is when I start talking the wealth of nations, finding as a human, finding your ultimate optimal human utility, it's called. So it's the balance between, kind of like the road of the middle way in Taoism, if you will. So yeah, so that's a lot. And if you're it's either, okay, so here's a good thing. I actually don't know if I have ADHD. think I might, but I've been looking into this, and it's quite hard, actually. There isn't a lot of support for this stuff as an adult, so this is one of the things I want to, just see. I've already gone down the road, so see how far it goes. But if you do have ADHD and you're connected with me, you probably understand me a bit more versus if you don't have ADHD. If you don't have ADHD and you're not really educated on like the human mind, or if you see someone with a high energy level that's kind of out of place, that's one of my gaps that I'm improving my social awareness is sometimes my energy level is too high for the people around me. Most of the time I don't really care because I'm a boss and I do what I want. But if you're in the bag of money world, no, you can't be arrogant or rude. Nobody wants a rude person. You're rude. How are you going to be successful? Yeah, you can be, being a bully and a pirate and a taker. But I just don't want to continue to. That's just not who I am. So, in the world of like negotiation in business, or even dealing with someone on an empathetic level, definitely going to be aware of my energy level. But the rest of the time, just be yourself. So, yeah, so if you're curious in terms of like my energy levels and how it relates to you, I highly advise you to look up some videos on ADHD, fast thinking versus slow thinking. And right now I could see I just did another lap. So there's one lap ago, maybe it was 2 laps ago, I realized I was thinking fast, I was walking fast, and I checked myself to balance my chi. So I'm aware of that. Boom. Slow everything down. Slow my talk down. And one thing I've learned, this is kind of the Scot in me, just the marching. We got kind of, in our family here, we got everyone marches around, kind of intense and stuff. It's just kind of who we are, but it's all about self-awareness. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. This will be my 3rd lap, and do one more just to have this lap for myself, for my own thoughts. And wherever you are in your journey, just keep going on. If you don't know what a journey is, that's cool too. But if you ever need someone to talk to, check out empowerthebrain.com. And it's not much on the content or on the domain as at the time that I'm recording this video, but that is also one of the brands we are working on this year as well. If you're interested in getting involved with talent media and helping us out as an intern, that is no pay, by the way. Got a lot of exciting stuff on, so a lot of you computer science grads or marketing grads, you graduate and you don't have any experience. It's pretty hard to get a job. Or if you're in a dead-end job and you're just missing that next level, you got Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You've got your security taken care of, you've got your food and shelter, but now you're trying to find an identity of who you really are and being a part of like something. And you may or may not be getting that at in your workplace or along your entrepreneur path. But I'll pitch Talent Media's culture. Talent Media's culture is a culture of continuous learning. There's opportunities for instant gratification and trial and test methods. Teamwork, hard work, and discipline. So that's the culture that we are growing the company. And I look forward to meeting some of you and talking to some of you. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic day. And so subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace.